Hello everyone and welcome to another video. My name is Weber Dwa. I am in my beautiful backyard garden, and today I would like to talk to you guys about the value of having a garden. Now, when we started gardening, the main motivation was for us to have easy access to certain herbs and vegetables that were not very common where we live. After some time, we came to the realization that it was bringing more to our lives than just food. It was something we would wake up to and would look forward to every single morning. During our first try, it was a total disaster. We went into gardening thinking all we needed was black soil and viable seeds. So we brought the soil, poured it into this space, planted our seeds and left them on their own. In fact, we thought the rains were going to do the rest of the work for us. We thought that would do the magic. So we planted the seeds, we hardly nurtured them, we didn't add food to the soil, we didn't loosen the soil around the plants. We basically just left them on their own to do whatever it was they were going to do, perform some magic whatsoever. It was a total disaster. All the herbs and vegetables died. Few months after that, we decided to give it a second try. This time around, we went in thinking we needed to plan the layout. So we bought wood and had some beds made for us. This whole place was really well laid and beautiful. There were walkways and everything. It was really a nice, well-planned garden. Unfortunately, termites invaded the place, ate all our wood, destroyed all the wood. In fact, we couldn't salvage anything out of that wood. We had to burn them. At that point, we almost gave up. We're like, you know what? Let's just stop. We can still get fresh produce from the market. We can still get fresh tomatoes, pepper, or whatever from the market. So why are we stressing ourselves mentally and physically for something that we are not good at, for something that we will not even get anything of? After the end of the day, we'll spend our money and make these beds and buy these seeds and all of that, but then nothing comes out of it. So what's the point? Let's just stop. It is not by force. This year, when the rain started, we decided to give it another try. And this time around, we decided to do some research. We decided to do research on some of the herbs and vegetables we're going to plant. We needed to know which ones needed direct sunlight, the ones that didn't need direct sunlight, the ones that you could plant next to each other. There are some plants you can put next to each other, some you cannot. And there are some that even help repel certain insects and bugs. So we did some little research. We talked to people who are actually good at gardening, like professionals who are good at gardening. And they guided us as to how to go about this and even how to mix the soil, the things we needed to mix the soil to make it rich and nutritious for our plants. And I can say for a fact that this time we made progress. We really made progress. We have broccoli, we have tomatoes, we have kale, we have cucumber, we have green pepper, we have contomere. We have one contomere here. We didn't plant it. It actually came with the soil. So there's contomere here, and it survived. It actually is still here with us. It survived. We have red cabbage, we have habanero, we have spinach. Our spinach is just creeping up, and it's so beautiful. It has made this entire space so beautiful. I love spending time here, honestly. I really love to I wish I could make this space more beautiful enough to just bring a chair and sit here and relax. And that's my next plan. Our garden is flourishing. It is green and really refreshing. And I can say that our hard work paid off. Our hard work did pay off. One of the values that I personally have learned from gardening is persistence. It has shown me that when you are persistent on something, you would yield results. When you put in effort, when you are patient, you would yield results. And hard work actually does pay. It does. Like I said earlier, our first try was a total disaster. The second try was equally another disaster. It was better, but it was another disaster. But we didn't give up. We almost did, but we didn't give up. We told ourselves we're going to try this time around and not just bring the seeds and the soil, but then we're also going to do our part. We're going to nurture these plants. We're going to come in here every single morning, loosen the soil, check out for the ones that were sick, find ways to manage the bugs and the insects that were not good for the plants, and do whatever it is we could with the little knowledge that we had to make this place work. And it did. And it did. So gardening really teaches you persistence. It does. It is one big value it has taught me. And this has pushed me to actually venture into other things that I am not giving up on. I keep trying every day, no matter how hard it is, no matter how I don't see results immediately, I tell myself I'm not giving up, because I remember what it was like when we started our gardening. The second value of gardening I would like to talk about today is gardening brings nature very close to you. If you love nature, if you love small and simple things, birds, butterflies, beautiful insects, and just the freshness of the air, if you love that, start gardening. This place is something else. Whenever I step in here, the air here is different. It's totally different. We do have some birds here. We have 3 birds here, a parrot and then 2 other birds, which make a lot of noise in the mornings for us. But on a daily, we still have random birds coming in here every single day. There's no day we will not have birds visiting us. Every single day we have birds coming in here, walking around. Sometimes they come in because of the food that drops from the cages. But it's just beautiful to see. It is something that I just look forward to. Sometimes I'll be in the kitchen. My kitchen is just right here. So sometimes I'm in the kitchen and then I see the birds come in and I just stand by the window and look at them. Gardening has actually brought nature much closer to us. The thing is, a lot of us live in urban communities, and sometimes getting to experience nature can be really difficult. You would have to probably drive an hour or 2 or 30 minutes to the nearest park or garden just to experience a little bit of nature or come a little close to nature. So why not have a small piece of your own nature at your backyard if you have the space? Even if you don't have the space, just get 2 or 3 containers, plant 1 or 2 or 3 herbs, one maybe rosemary, parsley, spinach, or whatever that you desire, and place it at your backyard. These things are going to draw beautiful butterflies to your backyard. They will draw birds to your backyard. You would wake up one day and just see nice things happening behind your house. The other day I woke up and to my surprise, there was a beautiful, beautiful bird nest in our passion fruit plant. A bird has started setting up a nest in our passion fruit plant. And as simple or as little that may seem, it just made me smile. It brightened up my day. Imagine I woke up very moody and I came out and saw that. It just made me happy. And I'm really looking forward to that bird laying eggs in that nest. Like, I can't wait to have it here. It has already put up its home here, so it's now part of us. If you love nature, just start a small backyard garden and it will be at your doorstep. Now to one of my favorite values of gardening, which is what? The mental benefits of it. Gardening is very therapeutic. Whenever I'm stressed or I'm tired or I just have a lot on my mind and I need to de-stress, this is the place. This entire space is a therapy. From this corner to that corner is a therapy. If you can't afford a therapist, honestly, if you can't afford a therapist or you don't have therapists close to where you live, please have a garden. This is free therapy. This whole space, from this corner to this entire space, is free therapy. Your therapist will not talk, will not say anything, will just listen to you. And you just pour your heart into this garden. You pour your heart into this space. And guess what? You would reap something out of it at the end of the day. It's not just going to be you pouring in and not getting anything in return. Once you pour in, you will definitely get something in return. And that also brings you another type of satisfaction and another type of joy. So gardening really carries a lot of mental benefits. As soon as I come in here, nothing really matters. I just offload all my energy here. Whether I'm digging, whether I'm just sitting here, whether I'm watering or whatever, at that moment, nothing else matters. What matters is what I'm doing here. And it quiets my mind. It just quiets my mind. It clears my mind of everything that I was thinking about. And even if that will happen to me for just 10 minutes, that's a lot. 10 minutes of my mind just being quiet. That is a lot. It does a lot for me. It just puts me on the right path, on the right path to start my day. It just kickstarts my day very beautifully. So if you are someone who easily gets stressed, probably you come back from work stressed, or you wake up every morning already tired. There are some of us who wake up. In fact, you wake up from bed and you're already tired. If you are that kind of person, have a backyard garden. If you can, have a small backyard garden. Just come out, sit next to them, just look at them. Even if you are not out there to do anything, just sit down and look at them. And trust me, It's going to calm down your nerves. It's going to help you kickstart your day on a very beautiful note. Now, the most obvious value of gardening: exercise. Exercise. Well, when we started our garden, we did a lot of digging. We're digging with hoes, cutlasses, axe, anything at all that we could dig. We needed to dig the old soil out. So we dug, we loosened the soil. We actually took days to mix the soil. So we would water the soil, mix it the next day, water it again, mix it the next day, water the soil, mix it the next day. So it took us days just to prep the soil. And even now, we still do digging. Almost every few days, we need to loosen the soil around the plants, at least to get some air down there for the roots. So you're always bending, you're squatting. That's basically what you would do if you enter here. You would squat, you will bend, whether you like it or not. And that's actually a very good form of exercise for the legs, the joints, the knees, your back. By the time you are done, you are breaking sweat. There is no gym around here. We don't have a gym where we live. So this is actually our gym, our exercise point. If you can't afford a gym, or if your gym is very far from where you live, and you feel you can't drive 30 minutes or 1 hour to go to the nearest gym, start a backyard garden. It will help you stay fit. It will help you stay fit. Last and most obvious value of having a garden, which is food. Gardening will give you food. It may not be bags and sacks of food, but it goes a long way. Like I mentioned earlier, the main reason why we started our garden was for convenience. We wanted to have easy access to certain herbs and vegetables. When we moved here, there were days I would be making a meal and I just need maybe a handful of parsley or fresh rosemary. And we didn't have any, and we couldn't get any from town. So we were like, you know what, why not start a small garden and have a few of these herbs in the garden so that whenever we are cooking and we need them, we could just come out and harvest a few. There is this satisfaction and joy that fills your heart when you eat food from your garden. I don't know, probably I think it has to do with the fact that you know where the food is coming from and you know that you put in sweat and effort to make that happen. You are just proud of yourself. And I now understand why some people farm every single year. They would make huge losses, but then they'll still go ahead and farm the next year. They will lose and then they will keep farming. Like they just keep doing it. They keep losing and they keep doing it. And they succeed and they lose and they succeed and they lose. I have come to understand why. Because there's some attachment that comes with it. When you start eating food from your garden, you become so excited. You're always looking forward to it. You're always happy to come out and pick one or two things and make your meal, sit with your family and enjoy. If you are wondering whether you should start a garden, I hope this video is enough to convince you. At the moment in Ghana, it is the rainy season. So what better time than to start now? Because the rains do a lot of good to the crops. So if you start now, by August, September, you would have harvested or gotten a lot from your garden. You would have gotten so much from your garden by the time the rains stop. We started 2 months ago. That was in April. We started prepping this place in April. And by late April, we had transplanted. We've been picking things from the garden already. We have. Our green peppers are just doing so well. Our habaneros, at a point I was so worried about them because we had a few of them attacked by bugs and insects and other diseases. And I was so worried about them. But now my habanero is bearing fruits and I can't wait to harvest those. The green pepper is just showing off. We have so many green peppers already shooting out. And as for the spinach, they are just creeping and looking beautiful and lush. My cabbage, our cabbage that we planted, that we never even thought would start forming a ball or even survive, has started forming up. Both the red cabbage and the green cabbage, they are both doing very, very well. And our cucumbers have started shooting out some beautiful yellow flowers. Our tomatoes are also shooting out some flowers, and that's a sign that we'll soon bear some fruits. So it's rainy season. You should start now. By next month, next 2 months, you will be reaping from your garden. This is the best time to have a garden. If you travel for a day or two, the rains will take care of your garden for you. If you've already started a garden or you are already into it, you can share your ideas in the comment section. I, for one, will learn from it. Other people who come onto this channel to watch will definitely also pick one or two things from you. And if you are still contemplating whether to start a garden, I hope and pray this video convinces you to start a garden. Thank you once again for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, please, please do not forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye from me and my garden. Bye-bye.